we go. Here we go. What is up, everybody? What is up, fellow geeks? Super Geek Girl here. Another beautiful day here at Studio SGG. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So glad y'all could join me on this lovely Sunday. All right, who we got? Hello, Sleepy. Hello, Boots. Hello, Gundam, Legit, Red Car, and Zelda NPC. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, yes. Rest in pasta, Nagito. For those of you who didn't tune in yesterday, we have lost Nagito. Don't know if he deserves an F in the chat or not, but the way in which he was killed was quite brutal. So there we go. There we go. Is losing him good or bad? That really depends on... I guess that depends on you. There was a lot of bad things about Nagito that I did not enjoy, but he did also save our butts on multiple occasions, so it really comes down to whether you think it's a loss, if you liked Nagito, or if you think he can just stay dead in that fire we found him in. So it's up to you. For me, I am considering it a loss, just because of how helpful he was in the class trial. He was batshit crazy. Let's not mince words here, but he was helpful. The stream must matter. I had to pause Sonic Heroes for this. Well, thank you very much for pausing. Hello, Kid Anime. What does it mean when I can't bring the real name on Twitch? I just prefer to go by Super Geek Girl here on Twitch. It's just a personal preference of mine. That's all it means. That's all it means. I just prefer to go by that here. Quick question. Do you need to be in a relationship once to know your sexuality? Actually, that's an interesting question. I mean, I'm hetero, so I mean, I kind of knew where I stood before I started dating. I don't think so. I don't think you need to be in a relationship to know where your sexuality lies. I think that's something just between you and you alone. Yeah, no, I don't think you need to have relationship experience to determine that. I feel like that's like a really personal thing that you have to realize yourself. Now, if it takes a relationship for you to realize that, that's fine. If you decide from the get-go that I like guys, I like girls, I like both, I like anyone, whatever, that's your call. That's your call. That's an entirely personal thing. Like I said, in my case, I knew who I was attracted to before I started dating. Some folks, it takes a little bit longer for them to figure that out. But no, I don't necessarily think a relationship is required to know that. I think that's kind of something that you kind of know, or you figure out along the way. Good question, though. People say the Sonic 06 loading screens are bad and long, but they probably don't know about the PS2000. Oh, don't remind me about Sonic 06. I'm gonna have to get to that one of these days. I mentioned last stream that I'd gotten a new controller. That one of our good friend KR Thomas had gotten me a brand new controller. His exact reasoning for this was, and I quote, this is the note that came inside the Amazon box that I got it from: "We can't have you playing Sonic 06 on a substandard controller." So it's a bit of a backhanded gift, but regardless, I very much appreciate it. I know this is like the second time I brought it up, but this controller actually does make me really happy, because it's like one of the few good things that came out of this week. Hello, Stumpy! Thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, KR Thomas, good friend of the channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're a lovely individual. But yeah, I guess the reason I'm so fixated on this nice new controller is because everything ticked me off this week. This weekend, I should say. if you guys will indulge me for a second, I need to rant and get this off of my chest, if you don't mind. As you guys are aware, there's a SAG-AFTRA strike going on right now for video game actors. And as I mentioned before, I am not union. I'm not affiliated with SAG-AFTRA. I'm not a member of SAG-AFTRA, but I am on the picket lines with them. I am also striking in solidarity for any union voice acting games. Video games that are union projects, I should say. So I'm kind of standing with them. And there are a lot of other non-union actors who are also doing this. And we're doing this to support our friends in the union and stand with them and show some solidarity. Well, on Friday, one of the big muckety-mucks of SAG-AFTRA put out a preview of a podcast that they had recorded. And in that podcast, this director who goes by some stupid name, what is his name? Duncan something or other. I'm so irritated by him, I can't even bother to remember what his actual name is. But one of the big... Duncan, that's what it is. Duncan Crabtree Ireland. One of the big muckety-muck execs of SAG-AFTRA. In the excerpt from the podcast said, and I quote, "We do not want the field to be taken over by non-union actors who are, and I quote, lesser talented." He took every single non-union actor and threw us under the damn bus. And it wasn't even a joke. It was disgusting. And literally everybody on Twitter shot at him for that. Everyone on Twitter was mad about that. Everyone disliked that. If this was a Fallout game, there would be a little thing that says everyone disliked that popping up on the screen right now. And yeah, he got blasted to infinity and back. He got, as you kids call it, ratioed pretty hard. And he got ratioed so hard that the community notes, some beautiful person added community notes to the Twitter post saying that membership in SAG-AFTRA has no bearing on how talented an actor is. And yeah, he got blasted super hard for it. 2 days later, he's come out with I hesitate to call this an apology because it's really not. But he came out with a statement saying that my words were misconstrued, so let me make it clear. I fully support all talent, including those who are not members of SAG-AFTRA for whatever reason have not joined the union yet. But you can tell, if you watch the video, you can see the disdain is very much present in his voice. And I don't call it an apology because he didn't apologize at all. There was no mention of him showing remorse. There was no mention of him showing regret for his words. All he said was, what I said was misconstrued. No, it was not misconstrued, sir, let me tell you. Your disdain for non-union voice actors is very freaking apparent. It was awful. So, yeah, really pissed at SAG-AFTRA right now. Really pissed at this guy in particular and his non-apology. But, all that being said, I do want to make something very clear here. Thank you very much for the ring, Stumpy. And thank you for the head pat. I'll take the head pat. That's not the head pat. There's the head pat. Let me make something very clear. The reason that I am still supporting the strike, even after all this nonsense with SAG-AFTRA, this was never about me supporting SAG-AFTRA. This is about me supporting the voice actors. Not the union, but the voice actors in the union. My fellow VAs who are hard at work trying to make conditions better for all voice actors, union and non-union. That is the reason that I support this strike, because everyone will benefit from AI protection. Everyone will benefit from better working conditions. So that is why I am still continuing with the strike, even though SAG-AFTRA absolutely dropped the ball with that boneheaded comment. That is why the strike will continue. Anyway, just wanted to get that off my... Dang it, stop. Just wanted to get that off my chest. Thanks for letting me do my little soapbox thing. That has been like a really big point of argument in the VA community over the weekend. But yeah, I am still going to be supporting the strike, which means the P5 playthrough is still going to be on hold for the time being. Besides that, we're now knee deep in Paper Mario, and I'd like to at least finish that before I go back to it. But that's where we are. I've been kind of in an agitated state all weekend because of that, but I'm feeling better now. Thank you for letting me vent for a second, and we'll move on. We'll move on from it. We'll move on. I've said my piece, and that's all I wanted to say. Hey, Von Zeal, thank you very much for the lurk. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Hello, Tripsy! Welcome! Thank you so much for tuning in! So glad you could join us. Alright, enough ranting. Let's get back to it. We've got the final class trial, quote unquote, to get through today in Danganronpa 2. Maybe more people will be union if the requirements weren't restricted and the fee. Yeah, that is So, personally, the reason that I haven't joined is because of the dues. So, for those of you who are unaware, it costs like $3,000 to even join SAG-AFTRA. And I straight up cannot afford that. Straight up can't afford that kind of money to throw at a union. And I haven't really been happy with them, period. So I'm in no hurry to join SAG-AFTRA. If they lowered the requirements, they maybe would have more people. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It really is. But frankly, I don't have any interest in joining SAG-AFTRA at this point in time. I can't afford it, and they're kind of throwing voice actors under the bus. So yeah, no, not in a hot hurry to join them anytime soon. Uh-oh. My headphones just died. That's not good. Hang on 1 second. We may have to put on the wired headphones. Where did the wired headphones go? Oh boy. One second, guys! 1 second. Yeah! Okay, yeah, Scuff has entered the chat. My apologies. Okay, can you guys still hear the music? I kind of need this on. I kind of need this on for the chat. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not reading all that. Okay. Let's switch this over to. May have to switch this over a little bit. What is the difference between Danganronpa and Persona? They kind of have the same graphics, not gonna lie. Well, the difference is Persona, you are beating up, at least in P5, you're beating up jerks and changing their hearts. Where in Danganronpa, it's just a death battle. You're just killing everybody in sight. Yeah, they are two very different games. One's an RPG, one isn't. Yeah, very different games, very different concepts. Okay, speakers, real tech. Ah, there we go. Okay, I can hear again. We're fine, does the music sound okay on you guys? I had to switch headphones real quick because mine died. Both of them have fire music. Yes! We will 100% agree on that. 100% agree on that. Both of the soundtracks. I was bumping the soundtrack for both of these games for quite some time. Okay, so chat, I want to ask you guys a question real quick as I'm getting things set up here. Which of the two games has the better soundtrack? Persona 5 or Danganronpa? Which do you think has the better soundtrack of the two? Place your votes now as we dive back in to Danganronpa 2. Let's get it! This sounds a little too loud. Uh-oh. Where'd the sound go? Okay, there we go. We good? Oh, wow. Everyone says Persona is better than Danganronpa music-wise. Oh dear. Oh, alright, that's fair. I'm fine with that. I'll agree with that, actually. There are some absolutely killer tracks in Danganronpa, don't get me wrong, but as far as vibes go, I gotta give the advantage to P5. Only because of those vocals, man. Only because of the vocals. Alright, let's get back into it. As you guys remember, we were only gone from this for a day. But for those of you who maybe didn't tune in last time, had to bounce early. No, we're not doing that. For those of you who had to bounce early, Nagito, the ultimate lucky student, was murdered in a most vicious manner. Whether or not that's a good thing or not, it remains to be seen. But we now have to find out who his killer is in this, the final class trial. Could this be the finale? Spoiler warning, it's not actually the finale. Before we jump in, though, I'm gonna go baby mode because I am tired of going through these by the skin of my teeth. And secondly, we got a cheat code from Chiaki for maxing out her events. The time limit will not decrease, even if you shoot a statement with the silencer. So no longer am I gonna have to shoot those stupid one-off lines. We are absolutely equipping this. Thank you, Chiaki. Off topic, have you ever maxed out anyone's free time events in the first game? I have not. I have not maxed out anyone's free time events. I came really close with Asahina in the first game. I came really close with Hina, but I ran out of free time events before the game wrapped up, so I wasn't able to do that. All right. With that, let us finish our preparations. Let's find out who Nagito's killer is. Let's find out who the traitor is. And let's find out if this is, in fact, the finale. Let's do it. All rise!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
It was still priceless seeing your reaction to getting Chiaki's undergarments. I mean, I don't know what to I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I was absolutely expecting like a super secret ability to be unlocked, but why the panties? Why? Why would you do that? What is wrong with you, game? Does that happen in Danganronpa 1 too? Does Makoto just get their underpants as well? I cannot imagine Toko or several other characters agreeing to that. I can't imagine some of these characters agreeing to that either, but I don't know. If you max out Asahina's event, oh god, you get them in the, oh no, in that too? Why can't you get like something like better? Like, what if Chiaki gave you like a freaking Game Boy or something? Get a Game Boy. Give the boy a Game Boy. Don't give him your underwear. You're better than that. Anyway, moving on.
Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
The guys do it as well. Oh, God. Oh, what is wrong with this? What is wrong with this country? Also, Monami's not tied up anymore. Did you guys notice?
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto!
Oh, she is not budging, y'all.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
Your lackluster JoJo references don't work here, sir!
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
Well, that's a first.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
She is filled with determination. Getting this shit kicked out of you by Monokuma fills you with determination. Something like that. Okay, full confession, I've actually never played Undertale before. And I kind of want to play Undertale at some point. So, Undertale playthrough coming soon, maybe? We'll see. I'm familiar with the memes before you guys in the chat start yelling at me about memes. I know some of the memes, but I haven't actually played the game yet. It's been on my queue for years. But I am gonna play it. It'll probably be down the road.
Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Oh, goddamn. Also, did y'all notice that his X was different? Everyone else just has like a painted X, but he has like Times New Roman X. Also, look at Nagito's! His is dripping blood! I kind of wish that all of them had unique death portraits, instead of just a few of them. That would be really cool. But I like that Gundam and Nagito's are a little bit different from everybody else's. And of course, yeah, Teru's got the knife and the fork. But everyone else just has the big pink X across their faces. A little boring, but you know, it's fine. Are they even the same person? Or... Alright, let's make our arguments. Torture wound, survival knife, duct tape, panels, account. What do we got?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up.
What were they trying to find out by torturing him?
Well, maybe not. Hang
Definitely
on.
the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I mean, I don't know. You are a Yakuza, but... Ooh, timer's really long. That's from Shaki's ability. Yes, I think that's from Shaki's ability. Nagito's wounds. Were they really caused by torture? But the point of torturing someone is to make them reveal information, right? Then it's pointless if he can't talk. Yeah, that's what I thought.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Why would you tape up someone's mouth if you wanted to get information?
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Mikan's is kind of closer to a hospital-type cross than a completely normal X like everybody else's. Yeah, that too. That too. See, I wish that they had done unique stuff like that for everybody, instead of just having some people have cool X's and others not. What about easy mode? We are playing on easy mode because I'm sick of getting through these on the skin of my teeth.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
Mahiru would have been bland as her personality. Oh, okay. I wasn't the biggest fan of Mahiru, but she wasn't. Okay, she was a raging misandrist, yeah, but trust me, compared to some of the other characters we're gonna meet later on, Mahiru isn't that bad. Trust me. Just wait till V3. Wait till V3. You'll see what I mean.
I'm prepared.
Oh, jeez. Just right away into this, huh?
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid? I do not want to hear that from you, you pervy mechanic. Alright, what do you got?
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated. I can't back down.
Uh-oh. Go, 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 go. Success! Advance! Let's
But if you
go!
tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Good point.
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him...
Oops, hang on.
Allow me to cut through those words.
It wasn't afterwards, it was before.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
Because of all the blood that was on top of the duct tape, it wasn't under it. If they had taped him up afterwards, there would have been blood underneath the tape as well.
What did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I need to use smaller words to explain it to you, you tiny man?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
No, don't do that.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
I mean, I do have her underpants, so... Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
But why would they need to do that?
However, If they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse. Yeah, and right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back. Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
Probably had a grudge, everyone did, but I wouldn't go as far as ending him. Yeah. Everyone hated Nagito, but... Everyone's like, we all hated him, but not enough to kill him. Sonia could have set it up. She was late. Yeah, I'm still a little sus of Sonia, to be perfectly honest. I'm suspicious of her.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this. Some kind of setup? Like what? I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
Her cursing after the fire was unexpected. And also kind of hilarious, to be perfectly honest.
Sorry, Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Hush.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Again, I love when she cusses. It's so funny. It can't be Sonia. Trust. I don't know who to trust right now. The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. I think I already sussed this one out. I sussed this one out earlier in my own musings.
The oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter. Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Okay, you had it for a second until you mentioned the wind pressure. They probably set a trap using the lighter so the warehouse would catch on fire. But a trap needs a trigger to activate. What were we doing just before the fire started? From there, how would the lighter start the fire? I'll try remembering what the crime scene looked like. It was the panels! They were set up like dominoes!
The oil lighter found at
The killer used some... He lit the curtain on...
some kind of setup.
Did they use the oil as...
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of it can stand
Okay.
up.
If they tipped over...
Or perhaps opening the door.
Okay, come on. It's the X button. It's the Y button, not the X button. There we go.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
I'm guessing dominoes aren't very popular in Japan.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Or Akane's just dumb. If I ever buy a
So when
Monokuma...
we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second.
If I ever buy a Monokuma plushie, I'm gonna use it as a punching bag. Great idea! I may do so as well. I do need a speed bag in here, so... maybe.
And from there, they felt like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Yeah, because that would make a heck of a racket. The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect, and it doesn't necessarily need to be visual. That's why the music was playing. It was playing apparently so loud that it drowned everything else out.
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud! Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
Again, Akane and her super sensitive hearing. They just gave this power to her because Ibuki got killed, I guess.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right?
You know, I'm starting to wonder something. Because I talked about this in Chapter 3, how Hiyoko was actually supposed to be one of the survivors, and it was actually Fuyuhiko who was supposed to die in Chapter 3 in the original plot of the game. I wonder if Ibuki was also meant to be a survivor. Because this is the second or third time that they've brought up Akane's hearing. But in the first trial, it was Ibuki who had the super duper hearing because she was the ultimate musician. As the ultimate gymnast, it shouldn't make sense for Akane to have such good hearing. So I wonder if Ibuki was also meant to be a survivor, but they 86'd that idea, so they just, without any explanation, gave the super hearing to Akane instead. I don't know. I might be thinking too much into it, but that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Akane's always been portrayed as more of an animal. Maybe she just went feral. I mean, yeah, but they made such a point about Ibuki having super sensitive hearing, and now midway through the game, they're like, oh, by the way, Akane has it too. It's just weird that wasn't brought up until now. It would have been confusing if they made Mikan kill Akane without a solid motive. Well, I mean, do you really think Mikan had a solid motive for killing Ibuki and Hiyoko? I mean, Hiyoko died because she was literally in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the only reason Ibuki died is because she had that specific disease that made her easy to manipulate. It could have just as easily been Akane. Mikan could have just as easily gone, like, encouraged her to try and commit suicide because she was so heartbroken. Like, it could have easily been a thing where Mikan was like,
oh, Akane, don't you want to see Nekomaru again? I can help you do that, you know? You can trust me. I'm a nurse.
And Akane in her distressed state would have been like, okay, sure, I'll do whatever you say, I'm sorry. It could have been a situation like that, don't you think? And in fact, that might have even been better than hell, let me rewrite Chapter 3. Let me rewrite Chapter 3. I can do it much better than y'all. Mikan's motive was that she got the disease and went cray-cray. Yeah, I'm so irritated by... to this day, I am still irritated by Chapter 3. But we'll get into that a bit. Yeah, see? It's way better. Okay. My Danganronpa fanfic of how Chapter 3 actually should have gone down will be coming soon. I'm kidding. We are not gonna go down that road. It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it! It's a trap! Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'd be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
So the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel. And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse... I see. So the problem Chiaki is talking about is... They could have hidden inside, we couldn't see... The killer had no way of getting out!
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
But... if that's true... This murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. If all of us were outside of the warehouse and the killer couldn't get out...
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
The mad lad set it all up himself. Hello, Tyrant! Welcome, welcome! Good morning! Thank you so much for tuning in!
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
Boo! Get out of here, bot! Stumpy! Take it out!
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
Thank you.
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
I like how subdued Fuyuhiko has gotten. It's really interesting how far he's come as a character. Although it does make me wonder if they had gone with the original idea of killing him off in Chapter 3 and Hiyoko stuck around, if she would become more subdued too, or if she would remain the absolute stain on society that she is.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss?
I mean, I like Fuyuhiko too, don't get me wrong. I really like Fuyuhiko. He became one of my favorite characters in this game, but, you know, you can always wonder what if. You can always wonder what if. I mean, that's the whole reason fanfics exist, right?
That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it. But I feel like I'm overlooking something. What could we be overlooking? Torture runes, burned robes, survival, duct tape, Monokuma panels. Okay.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
True.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
But not all of it. Hang on.
Impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Now is really not the time for that, ma'am. But not everything was tied up, actually. Now that I think about it. If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. And it's true that tying up your arms and legs by yourself is impossible, but did he really tie up both arms and legs?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
That's not quite it, sir.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
No, the fire didn't reach that far. It only burned up the curtain.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. Would it be the No, it'd be his sleeve.
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, to be fair, though, the burnt part of the rope is quite a bit distance away from his wrist. That's not quite a not quite as solid a clue there, but you know.
A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, please! This isn't the time!
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
And that's beside the point, Sonia!
That's definitely wrong.
Thank you for being the voice of reason for Yuhiko.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch
Can
me,
we
right?
move on from this topic of conversation, please?
I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Ah, that much is obvious.
Okay, they do have a point there.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
You didn't even give me one. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck? A Benjamin is in $100.
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. It's okay. There's definitely an answer for this. Is there? Torture wound, survival knife, plushie, blood, panel. Wait. Is that how it worked?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, Could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Oh!
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Oh, hang on. If this is what I think, that's hella clever. How was Nagito able to stab himself in the right hand if he was only able to use his right hand? Chiaki said he propped the knife with something and slammed his hand down on it, but the only thing he could have used that was at the crime scene was...
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air... and
Objection!
Could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow.
That's it.
I agree with that.
He propped it up with the plushie. He used the plushie as a tool for a murder weapon.
Plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
That's nuts.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Using a plushie for a
He
murder.
inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it
Horrendous.
up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
As someone who makes plushies for a living, that is deeply upsetting to me.
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
So someone didn't kill Nagito. It is looking more and more like he unalived himself.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Ma'am, wording, please. Don't you start, you perv!
Sorry?
Like I said, if you got
Don't repeat it!
Say it one more time.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Thank you, Fuyuhiko.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into
Oh
the right
my.
hand.
Yeah,
The left hand
alright.
is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
Oh, no. No. It's not impossible. I know the trick. I know how he did it. This insidious little such and such.
But no matter what I think,
Y'all are catching on too, right? Y'all are thinking what I'm thinking, right?
I also agree with that.
What did I hear? You didn't miss much. Just Kazuichi being an absolute disgusting pervert. Don't worry too much about it.
To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monomi sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far, so this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
I love how these 6 students have 3 brain cells between them, and 2 of them are in Chiaki. I will give them the... I was going to say, they do seem a lot more competent here than they have been in previous games. In previous trials, I should say. They're a lot more competent here. But yeah, it's still us and Chiaki carrying most of the weight here.
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now...
All right, let's do this.
I think I know. I think I know how he did it.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
No spoilers, I think I know it.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail.
Oh, shut up about that!
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
I regret listening to this the whole way through. If Nagito committed suicide, then he must have used that spear to stab himself. Even though his arms and legs were tied up, there should have been something that looked suspicious. There was a mark left behind that clearly shows he did something. Yeah, the easy mode is definitely basically spelling it out.
Let's work together. When the spear stabbed Nagi, his right hand was covered by...
He was only able to move his left...
But his left hand was...
Then that rules out his left.
No, it doesn't!
No, that's wrong.
Humans don't have tails. Don't think too hard about it, man.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit.
No, anything but that!
If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
What was Nagito's left hand doing? It was holding on to the freaking cord.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Shut up about the tail, please!
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Thank
Now that
you.
you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
Those do not look like mild wounds to me. Shallow, maybe, but there's nothing mild about this.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Unless you have a super specifically designed weapon designed especially for this trial with this exact purpose. What is Akane's obsession with tails? I don't want to know. I don't want to know, and I don't want to dwell on it. That's right. That's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Yep, there we go. Which section of the spear was he holding on to? The cord!
I see.
It's that goofy cord!
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
I don't know if I should be impressed or horrified by this death process. Both! It's okay to be both. I am also very impressed, but also completely terrified of this man.
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh?
Let's put it this way. I don't think you can bury Nagito deep enough for us to be completely safe from him.
And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with a spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
I'm sorry, the what?
That's a long plan name.
Yeah, for once we agree on something.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up, and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So, if it's just before that... That's it. Could it be? The spear stabbed Nagito perpendicularly. I can talk. And he was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those facts together, along with what we found at the warehouse, and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Where the spear was, and what state it was in, before it stabbed Nagito. I want to try afternoon tea place at least once. That sounds nice, doesn't it? A nice cup of tea with like some sweets. That sounds super good. I wouldn't mind that. I'm sure there's got to be like a tea garden or some way. Ah! I'm sure there's got to be like a tea garden or something in my area. Someplace I can get some tea. All right, question 1. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? In his left hand, under Nagito. Above. I think it was above. Gravity! Ah! Well done. Well done, Stumpy. You caught on too. You caught on too, it seems. Oh, what is this? You can't introduce new elements in the last trial? How dare you! Oh god, they got like the Sonic Mines. Got the Sonic Mines going now. Ow. Do they move in with me or do they move of their own accord? Can't really tell. Question 2. Okay. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? The sprinklers were a stuffed plushie, a ceiling girder. Got it. The girder! I am Bender. Please insert girder. I miss Futurama. Alright, come on. Let's Sonic this up. I played the half-pipe stage enough to know how this works. Let's do this. Ow! Pff, stupid mine. Okay, so yeah, it does look like they are moving of their own accord. And yoop. And yoop. Okay, question 3. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The rope on Nagito's left hand, the rope on Nagito's right hand, the cord. Yeah. Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up your day? You can bet I'm gonna be singing that when I finally get around to playing Sonic R. There we go! Blue, yellow, and red. Sonic Heroes Red. Oh my god! Is it actually? I never noticed that before.
It's all coming together.
Oh my god, if that's actually the case, I'm gonna lose my mind. If they make such a vague Sonic reference here.
Face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
And that would explain the blood stain up there too.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Oof. What a way to go.
A slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
Oh!
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end.
Yeesh.
Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
I completely forgot about this CG. Sorry for anybody who's disturbed by this right now.
The duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer.
I notice he's getting paler by the minute. You mean Hajime or Nagito?
His goal was to get us all executed.
That's why
Nagito, yeah.
he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez. And I was starting to feel a little sympathetic towards him. Stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice. Even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I had forgotten all about it. Until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
No, but we've learned that Akane's gut instinct is usually right. Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Thank you very much for the lurk, legit! I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the stream! Is it because we don't know who the traitor is? Or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
I'm getting a little worried.
Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
So what about the bombing? So the bombing was... I think ultimately the bombing was a red herring. Because when we did find the bombs, it ended up being nothing but a bunch of fireworks. It could have been, like they said, gave us a reason to split up and give no one, rather, an alibi for the time of Nagito's death. So that whole bombing scare was just a red herring. How dare you come in here and quote my favorite movie? Hello, Lightning! Thank you very much for tuning in. Communism was just a red herring. God, I love Clue. God, I love Clue so much. You know what might be fun? We're having the Ace Attorney watch party at the end of this month. By the way, August 31st, we're gonna be having a watch party for Ace Attorney anime in my Discord server. So please come. But maybe later for a future watch party, I would like to do Clue. Yes, Clue is my favorite movie. Clue is my all-time favorite movie. So maybe we have like a mystery movie night where we watch Clue and then maybe another goofy movie. Am I angry? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to be happy. I meant to be happy about it. I'm happy about Clue. Clue's my favorite. God, I love Tim Curry. Clue is great. Yeah. You know what's up. You know what's up, Stumpy. Pink Panther. Oh, you know what? The OG Pink Panther movies with Peter Sellers, those would be fun too. Or maybe something like one of the Knives Out movies, like maybe either the first one or Glass Onion, or there's a third one coming out, like Dead Man Walking or something like that. I forget what it's called. But I don't know, another goofy murder mystery would be fun. Have like a murder mystery double feature one night. That might be fun. I'll start looking at that. There's only one place not polluted by capitalism. Space! Clearly you have not played The Outer Worlds, have you? Or is that a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference? Anyway, there will be all that to say, Ace Attorney Watch Party gonna be at the end of this month, August 31st. We'll be watching the first 12 episodes, and Red Alert with Tim Curry. Hello. You'll have to excuse me. It's been a long time. My dad used to play Command and Conquer. I should have remembered that, but it's been a long time since I've seen those games. But yeah, Ace Attorney Watch Party at the end of this month, only on my Discord server. Please tune in. And then there will be future watch parties to come in the future. Something related to Nagito's death. And it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence even he couldn't mess with. Yeah, because there's still all this we haven't gotten to yet. Oh, the Monokuma file.
I see.
You can't mess with that.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
I only think of Portal 2 when I hear space. I am the head of this great place, and I just bought some rocks from space. I'm confusing Portal 2 with the amazing This Is Aperture parody song that my friend sent me a long time ago. Have y'all ever heard that? It's a song about Portal 2, but it's set to the tune of This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. During the next break, I'll pop that in the Discord server so you guys can enjoy it. It's lovely. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Shaki's worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Could it be? Is it something that isn't clearly written in the Monokuma file this time? I pointed this out earlier! It's the cause of death! Yeah! What's suspicious about the Monokuma file? Alright, spell it out with me, gang. Give me a C! Give me a... Oh, Lord, there's so many. Dang it. Give me an A! Give me a U. There's no U. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Give me a U. Give me an S. Give me an E. Can we get an E? Can we get an E? Are you an E? E. Cause of... Shoot those down. F. F indeed. I am so bad at these! F! Give me an F! Give me a... Dang it! Give me a D! Give me an... Where's the E? Where's the E? Where's the E? Where's the E? E! Give me an E! Give me... Hurry up! An A! Give me... a T! Give me an H! Cause of death! Let's go! Oh my god! You sound like a cheerleader right now.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific
yeah,
cause of death.
SGG, the ultimate cheerleader. I feel like this part was definitely meant to be played with a mouse. Yeah, it moves super slow when you're using a controller. It's dumb. Why did you allow so much bangs? It's fine. Don't worry about it. We made it through, right? This is part of the reason I lowered the difficulty level. Spell victory. I don't have to. You spelled it for me in the chat. V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. What's that spell? Victory. Go team! Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Thank you for the duck! Whack, whack, whack.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
Is it?
The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
But the Monokuma file didn't say so. I see where this is going.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma?
Can you change the analog sensitivity? I don't know, actually. I never bothered to look.
I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
Well, that's a first.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death?
No way it could be that simple. We still have a slew of evidence we haven't gotten to yet, my dude.
Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
We didn't even do a single social event with him. Or maybe we did like one, but we didn't even get anything for it.
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You are right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
We did, but he stole the present and we got nothing in return. To be fair, that is pretty on brand for Nagito. We didn't even get his... I don't want those! I don't want those! If that's what you get for maxing out Hope, there are many characters in this game I do not want to max out Hope with.
This is friggin' annoying.
Well, tough.
But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that could overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then, this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Class trial suspended. And while we're paused,
No.
I'm gonna throw something in the chat for y'all really fast that I think y'all will. Let me throw this in the chat real quick. There, a little present for y'all after the stream is over. Oh man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start. But, well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Mono-me? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. All right, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Mono-me and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1 millimeter bit. Aw, how sad. Distrusting your friends is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother! It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys! Well, there may be some demands for that. I fell for it! I totally took the mandate! Let's just gloss over that and save our current progress. Back to it!
I'm Mono-me. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
So
What, not even a reminder to save our game?
With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Yeah, they were absolutely talking about BL. Everyone, I got it! It was meteors! We're doing this again, huh? Hello, Zach! Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, All I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Overlooked, huh?
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
A fatal wound that wasn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out no matter what. All right, here we go. Torture wounds, blood on good, or paper. The poison! That's probably it.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
Could
If
be.
it's something that can't be seen. Maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold. Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
We still don't have any concrete clues on who the actual killer is, but maybe we're getting there. The real cause of Nagito's death. Is there something I overlooked? I should forget about the wounds on his body and look for another possibility. We got it.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his... It's not the other wound. With all those wounds, maybe he simply...
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot...
It is indeed the mechanic. We're still trying to get Kazuichi killed, huh? That'd be nice.
That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But, even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
Shut up about the tail!
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
Akane's lack of imagination makes her kind of useless in these trials. Yeah, but also we were talking earlier. Her gut instinct is her one redeeming value in these class trials is her gut instinct, which is usually correct, but she doesn't realize it, or she doesn't know how. That's like the one thing we can rely on her for. That and her insanely good hearing that she just suddenly developed. Was it in a capsule? He held it in his mouth until he was ready? Ooh. Ooh. You might be onto something. That's a possibility. Even though his mouth is taped up, it's not like he couldn't move it, so it could be a capsule. The poison's warning label said, "This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight." Vaporized? How would you vaporize it? The way the poison entered Nagito's body. The answer's written on the warning label? Alright, well, let's find out. A cool place. I mean, we did find it stored in a refrigerator, so... Let's go! Let's see if we can piece this together. I mean, this part's pretty easy. Ah, you slimy jerks, you! Lull me into a false sense of security, how dare you, game? Alright, question 1. What state was the poison in when it affected Nagito? Well, it definitely wasn't solid. Liquid or gas? I mean, the warning label made such a big deal about it being a gas, so let's go with that. Yep, looks like that was it. So it wasn't a gaseous state. So it probably wasn't a capsule then. Good guess though. At least there's no mines this time. Whoa! Okay, okay! Oh, I totally made that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. I made that. I made that. I made that. Come on. Question 2. How did the poison enter Nagito's body? Through his wounds? Through his mouth? If it was a gas, he breathed it in. The next chapter... Whoa, hang on. I will get to the comment in just a second. This is actually kind of a tricky part. Come on. Yeah! So that's it. He breathed the poison in.
It's all coming together.
The next chapter has only an investigation and a trial segment, no daily life. You only need 2 streams for this game.
We assume he inhaled it.
We may only need 1, depending on how long this takes. But, yeah, we're very close to the end here. If the poison was a gas, it's possible one of us could have accidentally killed him. Now, how do you figure that? Also, hello, Celestia! Welcome! Thank you for tuning in!
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent, blah, 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 blah. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
The reason we didn't breathe in the poisonous gas, I should be able to explain that mystery too. Well, if it was only when it was vaporized, then maybe it was only triggered with the sprinklers?
I see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
Before I forget, I got to the death of that one character in V3. We were robbed. No spoilers! No spoilers! We'll be getting to V3, but I think I know who you're talking about, and yes, my rage will be very apparent with that one. Yeah, hydrolysis.
Of course, hydrolysis. The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
I explained my theory, but you skipped it for the V3 comp. It was a gas. He could have put it in the sink. Oh! I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I looked over that. You're absolutely right. Oh my god! Then that means his death was an absolute crapshoot! Nagito, you bastard! Oh!
We figured out that Nagito died from poison.
Are you kidding me?
So what?
It really could have been anyone.
In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then it...
Nagito
Whoops.
inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right. All the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Well, but...
What? There's still more?
I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay? I just noticed the mic in your model. Is that new? It looks cool. Yes, this is a new mic that I picked up specifically for these streams. I'm glad you like it. I'm really happy with it. The killer could be the traitor. He wanted to out the traitor. Ultimate Oh my god. That is brilliant. That is absolutely... I am really pissed off, but that's also brilliant. Genius! A little long-winded, mind you, but still absolutely cunning.
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that
Ultimate
stuff
lucky
anymore,
student
you know?
for a reason. Yep. Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? We've gone like several steps ahead of the game, though, here. That's fine. No, that can't be.
There might have been an accomplice.
Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
If Nagito really brought poison to the warehouse, then the thing that would have been left behind is... Chiaki's talking about something that would be necessary for carrying around poison, right? The meat on the bone. I mean, you need a container to put it in.
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Nagito is too lucky. Makoto's luck is random at times. Yeah, there's a big difference between the two of them.
If Nagito brought it...
And yeah, Makoto is lucky because he survived when Monokuma tried to execute him. Unless you do the bad ending of the game and you get it wrong in the 0 hour. But luckily we didn't do that.
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire...
Yeah, there it is. There it is. It was in the grenades.
Does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That does bring up a plot hole. Why would Alter Ego save Makoto, but let Kyoko die? You know what? I never thought about that. Yeah, why wouldn't Alter Ego kick in to save Kyoko? Well, obviously, the obvious answer is because we're the protagonists and Kyoko isn't. But yeah, that is really weird. I've actually never considered that before. Oh dear. Oh no. A plot hole in Danganronpa. Say it ain't so. That is... I don't have an explanation. I don't have an explanation as to why that would be the case. Makoto's luck is also unusual. His good luck brings bad luck to everyone else, and his good luck is still bad. The real benefits of his luck are significantly delayed. Yeah, luck is very subjective in these games, I've noticed. It probably could have saved Kyoko, but without Kyoko, no one can rescue her. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. Because plot. Yeah. I like that excuse better. Because plot.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just two.
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
That's all this game has been unexpected twists. For example, the only wonky bathroom door exonerated him in Sayaka's death. That's right. That is actually a brilliant way of showing off what kind of luck he has. That was a brilliant way of showing that off. I have a lot of praise for the writing of the first Danganronpa game. The second one and the third one's not so much. The first one's writing is like really where it shines. But the second one has some serious flaws, as does the third one. I mean, we've already done the third case to death, so I'm not going to rehash all of that. But yeah, there's some seriously bright spots in the writing, and then there's some seriously low lows. It's really hit and miss. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I just want to rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. But...
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
Hajime was a little too perfect with that Nagito impersonation, you're right. It was a little too perfect. And all Nagito did to introduce his luck was cleaning duty, surviving Russian roulette on hard, and getting a soundproof room. Yeah, I feel like Makoto's luck was like a lot more fleshed out, where Nagito is just like, oh, this happens because Nagito has ultimate luck. And it's just very little explanation other than that. Although I do think it's interesting that Nagito despises his own talent. Or maybe despises isn't the right word. He doesn't think highly of his own talent. I think that is an interesting touch. The first game is my favorite, but the third one has my least favorite games overall. The tone and villain of the first game cannot be surpassed. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. The first game left such an impact on me. 2 and 3 just don't compare to the first one, I feel. I do like the games, let me be clear here, but the first one is just... There was just something about the first time experiencing Danganronpa that just kind of stuck with me. And who knows? I have not completed V3, so maybe there is a twist at the very end that will change my mind. But, we'll see when we get to it. In the 3 anime, Makoto actually resents Nagito for having better luck. Oh, is that... Wait, they meet up? How's that work? Well, I mean, I guess... Were they at school the same... No? Were they in the same class? I'm getting off topic. And they went to school before the tragedy. Okay. They both have the same VAs, too. That is a nice touch. They did that in the Japanese as well. They were both voiced by the same, Megumi Ogata, I think was her name. Will you watch the 3 anime in the future? I probably should. I have not heard good things about the, Danganronpa 3 anime. Hell, at this point, I may make it a watch party, too, so we can all suffer through it with a question mark together. Because I haven't seen it. So... I've heard bad things about it, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, he hates his own talent and he bullies us for not being an ultimate. Like, hypocrite much? In a non-canon scenario between Kiyotaka and Nagito, Kiyotaka admonishes Nagito for thinking talent is something you're born with. Kiyotaka said he had to work for his talent. A non-canon scenario. Interesting. I may have to find that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, because Taka was all about that hard work. He was all about that hard work and that talent was not something that you were born with. I'm suffering through it so you don't have to. Don't let my sacrifice be in vain. No! A burden shared is a burden halved or something like that, isn't it? That's a funny way of saying fanfiction. That's a funny way of saying fanfiction. That's good. I like that.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
The accomplice could be the traitor, though.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
Bingo! You know what talent makes no sense? Sonia. Yeah! I've had a couple people ask, what the heck does Ultimate Princess mean? And I still don't have, like, a good explanation other than she's a princess at a young age of a country that nobody's heard of. So that apparently makes her ultimate? I don't know. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Akane with the big brain, she hits on the right answer, and she doesn't even realize it. What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. What she said just now about us not noticing the container because it was hiding. If that's true, I might be able to reach the answer using that. The way Nagito brought the poison. Which means the thing he used as a container was the grenades! The fire grenades! Which I still think is really silly, but whatever. Oh god, here we go again. Alright. Give me an F. Give me an I. Give me an R. Oh, there went my E. Darn it. That's okay. There's another. Dang it! Give me an E! Give me a G! Give me an R! Oh, crud. Give me an R! How do you spell grenade? How do you spell grenade? It's an E! It's an E! Give me that in! Ugh, damn it. In. Alright, now I need that A. Now I need that A. No, don't let the in blow it up again. Hey, there it is. Grenade! Come on, give me a D! Give me a D! Where's the D? I need the D! Where is it? Where is it? No! Stop! Get it here! Thank you! My God! If I see anybody clipping me yelling I need the D, I am going to reach through the computer and hit you. Grenade! Fuck! There! I got it! Excuse me.
I got it.
Excuse me. I apologize for the language, but I got really frustrated.
I see. I got it.
Oh my God.
Huh?
The fire grenades. Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
I know I said something out of context. Don't worry about it. It's fine. The Hangman's Gambit as V3 is a lot better. Yes, it is.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's fair. Thank you. Thank you for that. Mikan being the killer in Tree was unexpected because she was nice. Yeah. The whole thing with 3 was just insane. How dare you curse while playing a Danganronpa game? Fuyuhiko would never. Forgive me, Fuyuhiko! I'm sorry! You know what was unforgivable in 1? Calling Toko's personality a schiz... Yeah. Horribly mistranslated. Horribly mistranslated word for what she actually had. It was dissociative identity disorder, not schizophrenia. Aside from the fact that they are 2 different mental illnesses, calling her that was also a slur and it's also not cool. Like I said, the games, it's not so much the writing, also sometimes the translation. The translation sometimes is troublesome. That is one of the cases in which it is troublesome. Calling it schizophrenia instead of DID. That sucks. I will 100% agree with you there, Celestia.
Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
That bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Yeah, there's layers to this setup. There is layers to the setup. Yeah, DID and schizophrenia are 2 different things. And even if they did use the correct term, that's not how dissociative identity disorder works. Dissociative identity disorder, where one of your personalities is a murderer, is also, it's overdone and it's super offensive. Like, people who legitimately suffer with mental illnesses, they have enough of a stigma against them as it is. We don't need this kind of content making it worse, okay? Mental illness is like a serious thing, okay? Don't get it twisted just to further your murder plot. Thank you. Chapter 4 pissed me off because all I know Sakura wouldn't say the stuff that Monokuma... Yeah, that... Oh my God, yes, I remember that. That made me furious. That made me furious that he refused to give up the letter. that made me like literally almost throw my controller at Monokuma. This is what I say when I mean the first game really cemented my hatred of Monokuma. And during the first game, he was a legitimate threat, and he was legitimately evil. In this game and in V3, he's just annoying. He's just annoying. He's not a threat. He's not threatening anymore. He's just, every time he's on the screen now, it's just like, ugh, go away, please. They need to make Monokuma like a legitimate threat again. They need to make him like a legitimate threat again and not just some weird, failed comedian, Joker-esque comic relief. Yeah, the green girl from Ultra Despair Girls. Now that is a game I will not play on this stream. That is a game I will not play. I despise that game. I will not be playing that game. Crazy Jane from Doom Patrol is one of the more accurate portrayals of DID, partially because comic writer Grant Morrison based Jane off of Trudy Chase, who is a real-life DID individual. So I'm actually not that familiar with Doom Patrol, but I will take your word for it. I have no experience with Doom Patrol. What's wrong with Ultra Despair Girls? I've talked about it several times in this chat, but for the short version is I dislike the gameplay, I dislike the story, and I really dislike what they do to one of the girls in one of the chapters. And I'll leave it at that. I do not like Ultra Despair Girls, and I will not be playing it on this channel. Nope, I refuse. I know Danganronpa is meant to be black comedy. At the same time, Monokuma can be both funny and scary, like the best versions of Joker. In 2 and V3, they mitigate his... Yeah, exactly. They mitigate the threat level. Joker-esque. I don't think he's anything like Joker. Joker barely even talks since he's a silent protector. Wrong Joker. Wrong Joker. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That's where the blue aluminum came from in his room. That's what it was.
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime.
The yogurt seal! It was the yogurt seal all along!
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
And Nagito had a gas mask and gloves. That's true. That's true. That's why he had
That's
them.
impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
Sonia's words are the key. Something I found in Nagito's room is proof that the contents of a fire grenade were swapped. It's the yogurt lid! It was the yogurt lid all along.
I can prove it with this.
That's why the fire grenades didn't put out the fire. It was actually yogurt.
Look, we found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his car.
Yeah. I knew yogurt was bad for you all along. Probiotics. Nah, they're poisoning you with that.
That's just a piece of trash.
I'm just kidding. I actually quite enjoy yogurt.
No, that is not just a piece of trash.
Without spoilers, know who the worst character is in V3? Kokichi. Oh, trust me. I'll have plenty to say about Kokichi when we get to V3. Trust
The seal
me.
I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
That cinches it.
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
No, this changes everything! What is wrong with all of
In
you?
actuality, the truth
There
is
you
even
go.
more horrifying.
There you go, girl.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I
Yeah, there it is.
Horrifying truth?
realized it probably happened at the same time.
The moment the fire grenades were brought and the moment Nagito breathed in the poison was the same? Could that same moment be when we all threw the grenades?
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there is some serious misdirection going on with this one. This is a wild case. This is one of the most wild cases in the entire franchise, I feel.
The poison was deployed.
Objection!
And it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
Thank you, Gabe.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
What the heck? But you said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
I feel this is the best case in the game. It's very unlikely, but in Danganronpa, it is perfect for the setting. It really is. You know, and actually, faking a suicide to cover up a murder is a pretty common thing in murder mysteries. It doesn't go to these extremes, mind you, but that is a really good trope. Those cases are pretty fun. Those cases are pretty fun to watch. And this is no exception.
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Huh? The person who prepared the poison fire grenade? Well, it was Nagito himself.
I see.
Because he had the gas mask and the gloves. He was the only one who could do it safely.
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
The person who set the warehouse fire was also Nagito.
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
The reason Nagito set the warehouse on fire... because somebody to make the poison be used.
I see.
This is just like Chapter 5, a trap to set
Tell
Kyoko.
me.
Yeah. Except this is a trap for everyone.
He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito.
Is this case even bigger than any in Ace Attorney? You know what? I don't know how these cases would stack up with Ace Attorney. I mean, Ace Attorney cases can get pretty wild. I feel like as far as absurdity, these are on par. Ace Attorney and Danganronpa are kind of on par with the absurdity. With Danganronpa going a little higher on the absurdity scale. Just because you have ultimate talents involved. But also in Ace Attorney, you have ghosts and stuff involved sometimes too. So I think in terms of absurdity, they are right neck and neck with each other. So yeah, they're both nuts. I'm sure that there are like Danganronpa cross Ace Attorney fanfics out there. I don't even know how you would even do a situation like that. That's ooh, that's wild to think about. That's wild to think about, Gabe. That is wild. Ugh, I'm excited to think about this. I'm excited to think about this. Ace Attorney cases are more solvable though. Yeah, they are. I don't know. I mean, I still had trouble piecing together Ace Attorney, sometimes. I feel like Danganronpa is a little more hand-holdy in that regard. Ace Attorney, you gotta puzzle it together on your own a little bit more. But, yeah. I thought Nagito died after his fake bomb went off. I initially believed he set up a kill switch to fake his murder. Yeah. I can see how you'd come to that conclusion. I disagree. I think... What, you think Ace Attorney is more solvable than Danganronpa? I guess I'm thinking gameplay-wise. It's not as obvious to me, playing Ace Attorney as it is with Danganronpa. Danganronpa, I feel, is more hand-holdy and... Because, like, you guys saw yourselves. We jumped several steps ahead to get to... Nagito put the poison in the fire grenade and one of us killed him. We jumped several steps ahead of that just from what was presented here. But in Ace Attorney, I don't get it until, like, the very end when I go back and listen to the testimonies and everything, and I have a harder time piecing those together. For me, the jump in logic is a little more difficult than that. I still managed to pull it off, but, you know. One visual novel series you should play is Zero Escape. You know what? I really like the Zero Escape games. I've played the first two. I have not done the last one. I have not done a Zero Time Dilemma. And I would like to stream that, but it requires knowledge of the first two games, like really extensive knowledge of the first two games. And quite frankly, I kind of don't want to play the first two again just so I can stream Zero Time Dilemma. I may just go ahead and go for it, regardless, because I wanna know what's going on, and it's been so long since I played Zero Escape. Maybe, I don't know. I'll put that to a vote and let you guys decide if I would like to play Zero Time Dilemma eventually on this channel, but I will leave it to you guys as to whether or not I play the Nonary games first beforehand. I've already gone through the Nonary games. I kind of don't want to go through it again, because they were quite long. But if you guys really want to see it, or if you haven't seen it before and are curious, just let me know. Let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Have you played AI, the Somnium Files? It's so good. That's another one. I actually do have Somnium Files. And after Ace Attorney Investigations, that might actually be the next one that I boot up. Because I do have that. I know nothing about it at all. So that might be a good one to dive into as well. Shocking plot twist in the first game was Mukuro. Yeah, Mukuro's entire existence was shocking. You know what I do like about Mukuro though, and you don't get any of this in game. You don't get any of this in game. But apparently Mukuro had, like, a slight crush on Makoto. You only know about this from the Danganronpa What If light novel. And it's a completely alternate scenario in which Makoto is able to save Mukuro/Junko from getting impaled, and that changes the entire story. But in the course of that story, you learn that Mukuro kind of has a little crush on Makoto, and I think that's quite cute. The ultimate soldier having a crush on this ultimate nobody. And yes, the light novel is available once you beat the game. I'm not gonna read an entire light novel on stream, though. Unless we have ideas. I love those games so much, it's so good you don't know anything. Sorry for the cap spam. No. I would love to check out Somnium Files. That probably will be, after Investigations, the next one that I do. So stay tuned for that. Makoto's true ultimate talent is pulling the ultimate baddie. That is his true talent, pulling the ultimate baddie. And Mukuro is absolutely a baddie. But we are way getting off topic. If we're gonna beat this game, we need to move along. So let's go on ahead. I love the conversations we're having, though, guys. This is awesome. I love this.
It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison.
You're right, he is turning a lot paler.
And then...
Hold on. If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death.
That's exactly what we're saying, though.
It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
And the poison works instantaneously, too.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body, it was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces. For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades. I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you...
Oh God, shut up.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
I think this is like the first time in this whole game that we're experiencing like genuine panic here. Which is a shame because, like, in the first game, you were this is the same feeling that I got through the entire game, was this feeling of, oh my god, I can't believe this. This is the first time this whole game that I felt that. He literally tried to pull off the perfect crime. The ultimate crime, one might say. Yeah, it really does. Nagito sounds like a name from Naruto. Can we get a picture of Nagito dressed as a ninja with the scratched out freaking headband that Sasuke has? I feel like that would fit him well. And yeah, for once, it's hard. Kazuichi defending Sonya is legit. It is Nagito's fault. Is there actually a Nagito in Naruto? That's hilarious. I'll have to go look it up. Is it hard not to spoil the anime for anyone who hasn't watched it? Which anime are you referring to?
Yes, he says.
Oh.
How the hell are we supposed to do that?
All right, thanks, Zach. Enjoy the rest of the stream and enjoy the rest of your card games.
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct.
Yeah, please do that, Zelda NPC. That would be great.
Please.
That's right. It doesn't mean this trial is over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. Then, I have to do it. Even if it leads to despair.
I got it. Let's do this then.
Alright. Closing your argument. Begin. I didn't really get a sense of panic from the first trial in the first game, considering they literally spelled it out for you. Yeah. For this one, it's like it's not clear right away who the killer is. So there is a lot more tension here. This is I agree with what Zach said. This is the best written case in this entire game. All right, what was inside Nagito's refrigerator? Right before switching the poisons. Nah. What's placed inside the break room? Nah. What's beyond the Monokuma panel? Nah. His whole body wasn't tied up. I'll grab the spear cord with my left hand. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Ouch. How did he support the spear? Yeah, that's it. Left hand. In order to hurt himself. Ooh. And then he propped the knife up with the doll. Inside the thrown fire grenade was the poison. And yeah, his eyes. Which panel? This panel? Is this the panel you're talking about? Yeah, that one's rough. That one's rough. It's not good. Alright, what was inside Nagito's refrigerator? Nagito's video message. So where is that? We're switching the poison. What was placed inside the break room? No. What's beyond the Monokuma panel? No. His whole body wasn't tied up? No. In order to hurt himself, he took the knife. Yeah. Oh yeah! It was because of that. Nagito's video message. Alright, so now we do this. The whole setup. Beyond the panel was the lighter. He placed it inside of the break room with all the others. Before switching the poison, he took the lid off, and that's how he got that. The poison was in his fridge. And the last stock. Alright, so his whole body wasn't tied up. It was everything but his right hand. In order to hurt himself, He put duct tape over his mouth first, then started stabbing the crap out of himself. And then, once the poison took effect, he let go.
That happened in this case.
All right, there we go.
The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison.
You know what? I thought he got the gas mask from the supermarket. Did it say he got it from the military base? I didn't bother to look. Because there was a gas mask.
As evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade.
You always saw that gas mask in the supermarket every time we went there, so I thought that's where it came from.
With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere.
Oh, look at that. All of us are grayed out because we don't know who the
Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse.
All of us are grayed out because we don't know who the culprit is. That's good.
In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted.
He could have gotten it from either place. Togami got his mask from the market, but it's not unlikely there are also gas masks in the Octagon. Yeah, fair point. Fair point. That's the only place I remember seeing a gas mask. Yeah, you're right. The music hits way harder in this specific closing argument. It's really good.
First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream,
Oof.
he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally,
Ugh.
he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this,
That's rough.
Nagito never let go of the
That
spear.
is rough.
His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin.
Yeah, I've also heard the imposter Togami being referred to as Tugami. That's good.
Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse.
I'm sorry, the way that Nagito looks in the video message is so funny to me. Look at this smarmy ass smirk he's got on.
That was part of Nagito's plan.
Look at that! Look at that smirk! Look at it! It's so doofy looking.
We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity.
That is a genuinely cool image. That was a genuinely cool image.
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
That was genuinely cool, man. Nagito was a hit or miss character overall, but this was genuinely genius. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. This is the most amazing case in this whole game.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is? Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
Huh?
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
What Nagito believed in. Hajime Hinata! He believed in his talent, his ultimate good luck. Or his ultimate luck, I should say.
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
After all this time we've spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So, it's definitely going to be all right.
I guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette?
It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it towards you, and pull the trigger. So, you really did it.
Oh, so that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I only used one bullet, huh? I guess it was just as Monomi said.
Huh?
I misunderstood and thought that I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder. So that's how I did it. You only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving! But I'm still alive. After all, The only good thing about me is how lucky I am. And he did the same thing when the first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just like he wanted. That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. You just relied on your luck. It's not just luck. It's true my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know? Huh? I'm left with the red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now. At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty, just like I wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
No, it has everything to do. Huh?
He factored in his belief in us. But for some reason, he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
No, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
No, I don't even have to ask. I should already know what the answer is. The traitor. And I think I know who it is, too.
The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then what he said in his video message...
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor's student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed that they didn't come forward.
So he was just bluffing.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
Then it's just as Nagito said at the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we'd just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long, was it really because we didn't believe in him?
But if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that!
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but...
The only thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it. Because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki? What do you mean by that?
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself!
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
No, 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 no!
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor? Hajime, please.
Best girl is the traitor.
It's... you?
God, Hajime's sprite was heartbreaking just now. God damn it! I hate this part of the game so much!
Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right. Just as expected. Yep, you're correct. I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Damn it! Why? This is... this nonsense is... Why? Why does this make sense?
Hey, Chiaki. Are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
What? We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie.
Please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that? Maybe... I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost. Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why the only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends. Anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
Damn it!
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Monomi and Chiaki's relationship. Moving it here. Is that the only way? Here goes.
Hajime, you stupid face! Let's all get along. Hajime, you stupid face! I won't let you. I'll lower your
Come
grade.
on, I'm bad at this.
First open and mix. I won't let you. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face! I won't let you. First open and mix. Don't defy your teacher. I'll lower
This
your
is the reason
grade.
I set the this is the reason I set the difficulty down, because I suck at this. And it's going so fast.
Stupid face. Let's all get along. Let's all get along. Chiaki and I aren't best friends.
This is the end!
Monomi's notebook. There's no other way.
When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with the new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
Oh, so sudden?
Give me that notebook!
Day 1. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2. Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired.
What is this? Is this Monomi's diary?
It's not Monomi's diary. It's Chiaki's.
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too, so that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
No. The truth is, I might have already known the moment I found this notebook. It's just, I wanted to turn my eyes from the truth it contained. But now, I clearly know. I can't help but know.
First of all, this isn't Monomi's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monomi. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monomi?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monomi?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
The topic we discussed in that entry. It happened when we were locked inside there. How else would they know about the final dead room? It was only me and Chiaki who were there.
In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room, but the only one who knew that.
If I win the life-threatening game here, I'll be able to go to that octagon place, right? That's where the exit should be. I did it. I finally did it. I finally figured out where the exit is. I can get out. With this, I can finally get out.
You can't do that. You shouldn't go in there. You won't find what you're looking for.
That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this.
And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word, took her handbook out of her pocket, and without hesitating, swiped the card reader.
Looks like it was wrong.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the trader's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake! That must be a mistake! Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not!
Of course not.
I will not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor! There is just no way!
I don't want to believe it either! I don't want to believe, but...
But then nobody will be saved.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
Unless you know a whole lot about bombs,
No, that's
there's no
not
way
it.
to know if it's fake just by looking at it.
Sonia wasn't the only one there when the bombs were being tested. I don't want to believe it, but I have to move forward. I have to move towards the path she's showing us.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate.
That's not it.
Oh, did you hear that? That's not it. instead of no, that's
Not
wrong.
it. Sonia shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake. Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real.
And she told Chiaki.
You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I do not want to hear that! Enough already. Please do not say another word. I do not want this anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonia.
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor!
Oh, listen to the music.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand.
You're right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake. But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew, I feel relieved.
That... Monokuma may have just been lying.
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
That's not it.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Are you telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel.
I'm sorry.
Chiaki!
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
God damn it! Why did it end up like this?
First time I've gotten an A in this trial for a while, but it's such a hollow freaking victory. It's not fair. I feel the same as everyone else. There's no way I can agree to this. Emptiness. Loneliness. Sadness. But most of all, I'm ashamed of my weakness. But even so, I have to move forward. If we believe in the person who's urging us forward, then we have to start walking and leave with as much hope as possible in what lies ahead. I'm so sorry, Chiaki.
Even so.
Thank you for the head pat kit, anime.
Man, I'm pooped. Let's go ahead and announce the result. The traitor from the Future Foundation and Nagito Komaeda's killer.
Yeah, no.
Objection!
Yeah. Yeah. We won. At what cost? And no duck of victory this time. Doesn't deserve a duck.
The traitor from the Future Foundation and Nagito Komaeda's killer is Chiaki Danani!
Damn it!
Are you serious? That was correct?
Yeah.
The fact that Chiaki was a traitor. The fact that Nagito's crime depended entirely on his luck. Everything was true.
Damn it.
Plus, that means that bastard managed to pull it off.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Stupid. We're not celebrating at all.
Damn it!
Chiaki, let me ask you this one more time. Are you really part of the Future Foundation? An agent of the organization that brought us to this island? Is that really your true identity?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys.
What?
That is...
I cannot believe it. Even though I do not want to believe it, there is no choice but to believe, right?
I'm sorry.
It would have been better if I could have said it sooner. But I couldn't say it, no matter what.
'Cause
I can't betray the Future Foundation.
Can't betray?
well,
Even if you want to fly, you can't, right? Even if you want to swim where you please, you can't, right? It's the same for me. Due to the nature of my existence, I will never be able to betray the Future Foundation.
The heck? But in the end, you did something similar. What you did is no different than sharing your secret yourself.
You're right.
Why?
Now's not the time to be laughing!
Well,
But strangely enough, I don't have any regrets. In fact, I'm somewhat happy. I was able to think I wanted to protect everyone. That's why I feel proud of my actions.
You're still saying things I don't get, but if we ask you anything, you're just not gonna answer, right? Like if we ask why you were in the Future Foundation and stuff?
I'm sorry. That is...
Even if you were a traitor, you never betrayed us! Chiaki, you will always be our friend, even now! We don't blame you for this! That's why you don't need to apologize!
Yeah.
So the traitor was revealed, and Chiaki lost. In the end, it all went according to Nagito's plan, huh?
Like...
About that. Was that really Nagito's goal? Is it really okay he was trying to find the killer and eliminate him? If so, isn't it strange? Strange?
So...
I mean, we nearly lost, right? And if Chiaki hadn't said anything, we definitely would have lost.
You raise a good point. That's exactly it. Even though Nagito said he would weed out the traitor, he never said he would kill the traitor.
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations! You successfully stopped Nagito's plan! I mean, Nagito's plan was to reveal the traitor and kill everyone else besides the traitor!
Huh?
Kill everyone else besides the traitor?
Are you serious?
That was Nagito's goal?
Huh?
Why would he do something like that? Of all to form a plan that only the traitor would survive? Is that bastard really that twisted?
nope.
It's okay.
Okay, what?
Well,
I mean, it's not just Nagito's fault. If the circumstances had been different, he probably wouldn't have taken things so far.
Chiaki.
Chiaki, you really are a kind-hearted person. Huh? You think so? Jeez. I wonder where you got your personality from.
perhaps...
Maybe our dad and our big brother. Don't you think?
Hey, come on now.
Hey! Don't go talking about your family all of a sudden! That's totally ripping off Teru Teru!
I can't lose.
Then I cannot lose to Chiaki! Just like Chiaki and everyone else! Even if I know it's a fight I cannot win!
Hi-ya!
I must try to retaliate!
Huh?
Retaliate?
I will no longer let you do as you please.
Stupid! Stop! What are you doing?
As they say, we shall die together.
She self-destructed?
What'd you say?
Wait, what's going on?
Huh?
Monokuma, like, died?
No.
I'm not dead!
Ah! A new one fucking came out!
Whew, man, that surprised me. If only I didn't have a spare, I would have died.
I can't lose.
Not yet! I'm not done yet! Hey, wait!
If I don't beat you, nobody can live in peace.
Stop it, I say!
If you don't stop right now, it's all gonna be destroyed!
I won't forgive you.
Of course! I'm doing it so you'll all be destroyed! I will be the one to protect my students!
I won't let you.
I will protect them with my life!
Monomi, you...
Hey.
Now then, how many of you are still there? You might as well come out all at once!
Ooh, how exciting.
How many? Not that much. Just around 10 to the power of 60. Huh? What did you say?
What?
1 million?
1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion. Jump ahead. 10 to 52, 1056, and then 1060. That's 10 to the 60th power.
Hey.
After all this, you're still joking around. You sure have quite the daring spirit.
Too bad.
Except, I'm not joking. What are you even saying anymore? Did you see that scene? While you're doing this, my clones are continuously and endlessly created in the Monokuma manufacturing facility.
That's wrong.
What? Those were just stuffed animals.
That's right! I checked them with my own hands, they're just plushies!
Damn it!
You're just bluffing! Monomi, finish him off!
Hey,
Even if it's just a plushie, as long as you give it Monokuma's personality, it becomes a fully developed Monokuma.
What did you just say? There's no way that's possible! That's not even magic!
Magic, huh?
Could it be?
Have you already obtained that much power?
Hey!
Hold on! If you bring up magic so suddenly, we're gonna be so confused! Unless you mean magic in a technological sense, we won't understand this at all!
Hey!
What's going on? Don't tell me. They gonna call this magic or something!
Well, I don't care how you interpret it.
in the end, even if Monomi risks her life or does whatever, it doesn't matter to my army of 10 to the power of 60 strong! There's no value in that life you're risking. So how about this? This overwhelming despair! Does it make you dizzy from excitement? What's this?
And how many Monomis are left to challenge my army of 10 to the power of 60? You don't have to say anything. I know. Let's see. You just have 10 more left, right? I know everything. I am the conqueror of the new world.
I can't lose.
I won't give up. Even if I have no chance of winning,
It's okay, Monomi.
Huh?
Well,
It's not about giving up, you know?
let's believe in them.
Let's believe in everyone. And leave the rest to them.
Right?
Damn it! What the hell is going on?
I
do not know for certain, but the only thing I can say is...
Please listen.
Monokuma is an enemy of the Future Foundation.
Like...
Does that mean there's another organization that's our enemy besides the Future Foundation?
This is bad.
We're in this situation because we're caught up in a dispute between these two organizations?
Okay, that's it. Let's just leave that talk for later. Because the punishment time's gonna start.
Oh, hold on! Just a little more. Just a little more time.
To wait or not to wait, That is the question. But which will cause more despair? That's the real question. If you think about it, you know, right? There's no way I'd wait! But I haven't!
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Hajime. Regardless, there's nothing else I can say. I'm not allowed to say anything more than I already have.
Not that!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Chiaki Nanami, the ultimate gamer!
Special bleeding service.
Oh, for Monami, too.
Huh?
Huh? Why even Monomi? It's just a 2-for-1 special. I could have killed that thing anytime I wanted since she's not a student. And also, I don't need anybody that will defy me anymore.
Uh-huh.
Also, I remember now. I'm an only child!
That is...
What is that?
It's okay. Even if I'm here, I'd just be a burden anyway. And not just that. I've decided to believe in everyone.
You guys, I'm sorry about so many things. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you to the very end.
Just one last time, let me say something that makes me sound like a teacher. There's no need to be a hero. You don't have to force yourself just to make people acknowledge you. When you do that, you end up blaming yourself, blaming other people, and feeling jealous of everyone. But still, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if people don't acknowledge you, you just have to be someone that you can be proud of. 'Cause you yourself are your biggest supporter. If you can learn to love yourself, that love will continue to support you for the rest of your life. Love, love.
Bye, everyone. It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you. It's true. It's absolutely true. 'Cause I know.
Bye-bye. Please don't forget about your teacher.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No, 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 no!
God damn it. God damn it! I forgot how hard that scene hits. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I forgot how freaking rough that scene was. Show must go on, right? Even until the very end, I couldn't look away from Chiaki's final moments. Without realizing it, I had fallen to my knees. A feeling of powerlessness spread throughout my body. It's over. It just had to end. Before I could ask what I needed to ask. Before I could say what I needed to say. Chiaki vanished before my eyes. And I couldn't even tell her thank you. If I had said that, would she have been comforted a little? As she was executed as the traitor, would she have been comforted a little? I don't know. My chest just hurts.
I don't believe it!
Good gracious! That was such a big surprise! As for Chiaki, she regularly took on the role of point man during the class trials, as did Nagito too. What? And not only was she the traitor, she was Nagito's killer too! Oh well, don't worry about it. There won't be any more situations where you'll need to rely on them.
Huh?
Wait, does that mean...
Now that the annoying rabbit is gone as well, all of the obstacles that have been keeping us stuck on this island are completely gone!
Hey!
Are you serious? We could really leave this island?
I shall now present.
Yep! Congratulations! With this, I shall announce the end of the Killing School trip! For you 5 who have survived up until now, I shall grant you the right to graduate! Thank you all for your hard work.
Are you really okay with that?
What do you mean?
There are still 2 days left. If you were acting like your usual self, you would be setting things up so another killing happens right away. You're right. Stop it! What are you saying? What if Mr. Monokuma changes his mind? Also, you said you 5 like you were emphasizing that part. Does the number of people matter more than the remaining time? That's why you're saying it's the end already, even though there are still 2 days left, right?
Huh?
It matters that there are 5 people left? You planning to make a volleyball team?
Stupid fool.
Don't stay quiet! Say something! What's your actual purpose? You're our enemy and an enemy of the Future Foundation! So what's your true identity?
Hey,
If the Future Foundation is the world ender, then I will end the new world that the Future Foundation has created.
no.
Well, you'll just have to look forward to the rest after the countdown ends. That timer has almost reached 0. If it reaches 0, everything will end. The Future Foundation's lame plan will be nothing but toilet bubbles.
Hey,
And when that time comes, you'll know everything! You'll see all your questions answered in one go! And then, you guys will find out for yourselves just how messed up this new world is.
Hey.
A new world? Don't go saying new shit all of a sudden!
Yep.
Well, just think of the remaining 2 days until the countdown reaches 0 as a bonus. While you're at it, you should enjoy your life on this tropical island to the fullest. Because once you leave this island, your hopeless lives back home will be waiting for you.
Monokuma's boisterous laughter carried on for what felt like forever. Our questions, our worries, our sadness were simply ignored. The laughter just kept going. Forever. As for what we did afterwards, honestly, it doesn't matter at all. I returned to my cottage for the time being and fell asleep. Even after I woke up, my will to move my body didn't come back. That's why I didn't look back on everything that happened up till now. I didn't think about what was going to happen. I just kept praying that nothing else would happen, and burrowed deep into my sheets as if I were trying to hide. In doing so, I was somehow trying to endure the long day. And then the sun finally set. The day feels abnormally long when you spend it praying nothing happens. Which reminds me, I haven't heard Monokuma's announcement. I guess that isn't needed anymore. Is everything really going to end? What is everything anyway? How far, how much is everything? If we leave this island, is everything going to end? There's still so much we don't know. About our school memories, the Future Foundation, Hope's Peak Academy, Monokuma's true purpose. Can we really end this and turn our backs on all that? And not just that. If we're really leaving, where are we going? To Hope's Peak Academy? That was my last night at Jabberwock Island. At a place where my worries didn't even matter. Everything was about to end. I feel like I had a fun dream, somehow. I think it was about my childhood. Because of that, I was able to face the day with a somewhat happier feeling than usual. That's right. It's the last day, according to Monokuma. Suddenly, my body shuddered. Right when I opened my eyes, I was gripped by a fear that I had never felt before. A fear like I had been abandoned in this world. Completely, utterly alone. With nobody left on this island. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, Sonia. Like everyone was gone, and I couldn't find them anywhere. I suddenly couldn't believe in anything. Like everything in this world was nothing but lies. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of I don't think this is the end yet, guys. When I left the cottage, I randomly ran into her.
Hello there.
Hajime, good timing.
Good timing? What do you mean?
See?
Remember Nagito's video message that we found at the factory?
Yeah, when we were dealing with the bomb ruckus. What about it?
Well,
Apparently, there was more to that message inside the laptop.
Huh?
yep.
We weren't able to see it until a day or so had passed. Apparently, it was locked by a timer. Did he set it up so we wouldn't be able to watch it until after the class trial?
Why would he do that?
Perhaps.
Maybe Nagito planned to leave this as a will.
Nagito's will? Where is it right now?
We were just planning to meet at the restaurant and watch it together.
Got it. The restaurant. No, it's fine. See? Chiaki's fine. Chiaki's fine. We're just going to the restaurant as we always do. Chiaki will be waiting for us there. She'll be waiting, playing the game like she always is. No, there's no need to check people's doors. Chiaki's already here. Chiaki's here. Everyone else is here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yo!
Hey, you're late. Is it true? Nagito really left another message? You better kneel before Miss Sonia and thank her. She was the one who found it. There was a fun Easter egg. Oh, sorry I missed it. I was going for a walk with Gundam's hamster, and I found it when I stopped by the factory.
Listen well.
A coincidence, you say? Wrong. That is the wheel of causality guiding you. See? Gundam's fine too.
Huh?
Why would Miss Sonia be going for a walk with Gundam? I never allowed that.
Damn right.
So anyway, let's hurry up and play it. Yeah, you're right.
I wonder who's watching this message.
Is it the traitor from the Future Foundation? If so, congratulations. Looks like it ended the way I hoped it would. Ended the way he hoped it would.
Damn it.
Nagito was trying to kill everyone except the traitor. Ah, damn it. It's just like Monokuma said.
Hey!
So he really set the traitor up as the killer? And he even tried to make him survive the trial? But why would he do that? Enough with your useless talk. It appears there's still more. No, it's fine. See, Byakuya is here too. But if everyone but the traitor is watching this video,
How unfortunate.
then unfortunately, I guess I lost. That outcome is the complete opposite of the hope I believed in. Well, not that it matters for me anymore. I mean, no matter what the outcome is, it doesn't matter for a dropout like me.
Now then.
Let's put this meaningless introduction aside and get down to business. Since I don't know who I'm talking to, I'm going to speak so that both sides will understand. First of all, you might be wondering why I did what I did. Well, I just took action after talking about it for so long. The special prize in the final dead room allowed me to learn a certain truth. It would be troublesome if everyone found out, so I already disposed of that page. But anyway, I was totally surprised. I mean... Whoa! That is very bad in my headphones. That was very bad in my headphones just now. The Future Foundation's traitor must have known that truth all along. And so, I was able to learn the truth about this world and resolved to take action immediately. I shouldn't have made fun of Hajime. Deep down, I always wanted to become a protagonist myself. Ow! Check the web. What does that say? Check the web for details? But now that I know the truth, as I look back on Monokuma's actions, I'm starting to see what he's planning. By giving us information about the island's mystery and the Future Foundation, he's raising all your hopes. But only so he can lead you to unimaginable despair. Plus, Monokuma's trying to show that despair to someone. Perhaps that someone is... seriously pissing me off. Hella, and I can't read it. I can't read what it says. This is only to so happy, or oh my god. Jeez, what a hopeless truth. Who is Monokuma's true identity? How could they come up with a plan like that? But that's enough reflecting on the past. Let's talk about the future now. If you want to escape Monokuma's plan, there's a specific place you need to go to. The key to enter that place is that message you found at Nezumi Castle.
Well...
normally, you need to follow a bunch of steps to enter that place, but since that message gets rid of those steps, you can think of it as an Easter egg or something. It was probably left by someone other than Monokuma or Monomi. But that has nothing to do with me. You guys still think you're not gonna... die or something? Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, don't stop. I had to hide this until my plan came to an end. But I guess now's a nice time to announce it, right? So then, I'll announce the password. 11037. That freaking number! Leon! Even here we can't escape! That is the password that was written in Nezumi Castle. You have to use that to enter that specific place. That's the only way you can escape Monokuma. I feel like I've been talking forever, but that's all for me. With this, my duty is finished. I believe my actions will become the foundation of this world's hope. And if that really happens, praise me. Tell others what I've accomplished. Erect a bronze statue of me. Respect me.
Please call me the ultimate hope.
This was Nagito's final message. That 11037 number that Nagito said was the password. There's no mistaking it. That's the password to enter that ancient ruin.
Hey, you better hurry, I think. Let's go, before the countdown reaches 0.
You're right. Let's go. What is... yeah, no. Mahiru's here too. See? Everyone who died is fine. All the victims are fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Let's just... oh, God. Now's not the time to relax. I need to hurry to the ancient ruin on the second island. Listen to the music, guys. Listen to the music. The music has changed. There's nothing here. No, this is all perfectly normal. This is all perfectly normal. Oh, my friend is here. That's right. Somehow, it is quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Is it really safe to go inside? What's gonna be in there?
You are a boy, right?
It's so unreliable to be freaked out like that. You're a man, aren't you?
There's also that countdown. There's no time to stand around.
I'm gonna do it!
Damn right. It's our last chance to get inside.
I'm starting to feel nauseous. From the thrills, the kills, the chills.
Thanks for the food.
Oh my god, we don't need his voice.
Dumbass.
Hey, now is the time to fuck around.
Young Master Fuyuhiko.
It's going to be all right. You don't have to worry. I will protect my young master. Now then, let's go forward together.
The hell? Don't treat me like a kid.
This is your leader's order.
Believe that hope lies beyond this point. That is your leader's order.
What?
What was that?
I told her that you only understand piggy talk. I said, you're so cool in piggy talk.
My family.
I'm going to kill you.
Hajime.
Hajime, the password, please.
Yeah, I know. 11037, right?
It's gonna be fine.
There's no need for you to worry. The only thing beyond this point is a shining future. Now then, let's open the door to the future.
037. Beyond this door, the future is waiting. A sparkling future. Now then, let's move forward. Minor seizure warning.
Is this a trial ground? But why am I at a trial ground?
It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before.
By the way...
Huh?
Where did everyone go?
Everyone?
What? Something's wrong? What did I do? No, that's not it. I'm not the weird one. What's really weird is... this world? It's gonna blow! Chapter 5. End? Surviving students. 5. Did anybody else see the skull in that blood? Or was that just me? We got the gamer backpack. Okay, I think this is a great place to stop for now. We've answered all the questions and we're perfectly understanding of what's going on right now. This is a fine place to stop for tonight. Yeah, no, screw this game. Screw this game. we are almost done. We are almost done. But yeah, we are going to stop here for today. Yeah, see? Everything makes perfect sense now. Everything makes sense. I know you guys are hella confused. Don't worry. I promise this will all make sense next stream. Possibly, maybe. Not sure. I actually forget how long this next chapter is. But we've only got 2 streams of this game left. Yeah, you only thought we were done. No, there is one last chapter. There's one final chapter and an epilogue. But we will be finishing those. We will be finishing those in the next 2 streams. There will be a stream next Sunday, and then the Sunday after that will be the finale of Danganronpa 2. So I hope you guys tune in for that. We are now officially in the home stretch. You didn't think it was going to end like this, did you? I'm going to head off now, mourn for the loss of Best Girl, and drown myself in Dr. Pepper to forget my troubles. Next stream is going to be tomorrow night. We're going back to Paper Mario. So we're going to be tackling Chapter 3. Be sure and tune in for that. We've also got a Try It Tuesday coming up this week. There's a game that I've had my eye on that is releasing a demo on Monday, so we're going to check it out on Tuesday, and hopefully you guys will dig it. I'm really looking forward to it, so I hope you guys are as well. And with that is going to wrap it up for us today, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. It's going to be okay. There'll be a Chiaki grief counseling group in the chat after this. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, this is SGG signing off. Everybody, stay super, and I will see you tomorrow night. Take care, guys.